Hi everyone, welcome to Between Two Mammoths. We're here out by the Science Center on a beautiful fall day. I'm here with Kate Follette, Associate Professor of Astronomy, and no pun intended, one of the stars of our faculty. Kate, thanks so much for being with us today on Between Two Mammoths.
Thanks, Michael. It's good to be here.
Maybe to start, why don't you tell us a little about your research?
I run two research groups, and in my exoplanet research group, so exoplanet is a planet around another star, we use big telescopes to detwinkle stars, which allows us to take pictures of the sort of faint environments around the very bright star and isolate light from either planets that are in the process of forming around those stars or the sort of precursors to that, these disks of gas and dust that live around young stars that planets are built out of.
And eventually you involve a lot of undergraduates in that work?
That's right.
What kind of role do they play?
So the students are involved in the process of doing science all the way from helping me to write telescope proposals and come up with ideas, all the way to going to visit big telescopes in Hawaii and in Chile, which is where all the world's biggest optical and infrared telescopes are, and collect data, to doing either data analysis or simulation work to make sense of those data.
What's it like when you first start working with them on the telescopes we have here, which of course are not the kind of power or quality that you need to be able to do the experiments that you do?
The rooftop observing deck that we just visited is a nice way to help students build skills in collecting and analyzing data before they're really on the hook to collect data at one of these telescopes. You know, the average is about $50,000 a night. To operate one of these telescopes, we might get just a tiny fraction of a night. So, you know, it's important for students to be able to build those skills before we get there. So, you know, we do that in a few ways within the curriculum. We have classes where we teach students to use telescopes and do observational planning, but we have lots of coursework that's focused on helping them develop what I'd call data science skills. So astronomy is kind of the original big data science, and so we've always dealt with both big data sets in terms of file size, but also big data sets in terms of the scale of things that we're looking at. And so we train students to work with data early, and we engage them with it often, and that really helps them to hit the ground running when they get to research lab to do summer work.
If I'm a high school student, I'm thinking about astronomical research, I'm wondering whether it's right for me, wondering whether Amherst College is right for me. What's your advice?
Science isn't just about content knowledge, it's often about a way of thinking, it's about communicating, it's about selling the questions that we're interested in to funding agencies and to the public, and communicating the importance of it and bringing the next generation up. And those are all things that I think we're really good at helping students develop at institutions like Amherst, and it's why I wanted to come here.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and I know that you're getting that for your students. You're also embodying it every single day. Let me close with one last kind of goofy question. Do you have a favorite star or constellation or planet, or is that like choosing among your favorite children? I
love the constellation Orion. It's just beautiful in general.
Same.
There are many things about it that are interesting from a stellar astrophysics perspective, like the difference in color between the star Betelgeuse and Rigel, which are on opposite corners of Orion. But from my perspective, like how I connect to it is that I was actually a physics and Japanese studies major in college, and the first time I ever had to give a presentation in Japanese, I chose a topic that was of interest to me, which was the stories around the constellation Orion. And after I gave the presentation, it's the first time I ever got the feedback from anyone that I might consider a career in teaching.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that story with us.
Yeah,
thank you for being with us here at Amherst College, and thank you for being with us here today on Between Two Mammoths.
Thanks, Michael. This was fun.